Hey there, fellow deep divers. Ready to add a little more oomph to your mornings?
Oof, I like that.
Well, today we're diving into this blog post from Cydia Blogs called, get this, 5-minute morning rituals to boost your day.
Catchy, right?
Totally. So we're going to explore how even just a few minutes, like literally just a few minutes, of intention can set you up for, a really fantastic day.
It's amazing how City really emphasizes that you don't need like a complex or, hour-long routine
Right.
to get those benefits of a morning ritual.
Yeah.
Instead, she says even something as simple as what her mother does, which is starting each day with a Hindu mantra and, get this, black tea with puffed rice.
Wow, black tea and
Yeah.
puffed rice. That's a new one. And that really makes you think, like, what small but meaningful thing could you do, to start your morning to kind of
Yeah.
create that sense of grounding before, the day's craziness hits.
Totally. It all comes down to the power of ritual, even in its simplest forms, right? Like take that first cup of coffee or tea. So many of us,
Oh, absolutely.
need that in the morning.
Yeah, it's more than just the caffeine fix,
This
right?
is so much more.
It's the whole experience.
Yeah.
Like the aroma, the warmth, even just like the familiar steps. It's like, okay, brain, day is starting.
Yes. Signaling to your brain, exactly.
But Citi takes this idea, a step further.
Mm-hmm.
She's suggesting that these rituals can actually transform, like, your entire day,
Yeah,
not just those first, few minutes.
that's a big claim.
I'm curious, like, how do these small actions,
Yeah.
create such a ripple effect?
It's like setting an intention,
Yeah.
By taking those few minutes to engage in a ritual, you're consciously choosing how you want to, approach the day.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just reacting to whatever, comes at you, you're proactively kind of shaping your experience.
So it's not just about, like, checking off a to-do list.
Yeah.
It's more like setting the tone mentally and emotionally.
Yeah.
I see how that can make a big difference.
Exactly. And that's where this brilliance of the 5-minute time frame comes
10
in.
minutes, that's it.
That's all it takes. And it acknowledges, that our mornings are busy.
Oh, tell me about it.
Right. So it's like a realistic commitment.
Right.
It's about maximizing the time you have, not adding more stress.
Oh, that's good, because I definitely don't need any more of that.
Nobody does.
So it's almost like giving yourself permission to prioritize you,
Exactly.
even when you feel like there's, absolutely no time.
You deserve it.
Okay, so the blog post highlights 8, count them, 8,
Yes.
specific 5-minute rituals
Wow.
that I think are really interesting.
Yeah.
I'm particularly interested in this gratitude journaling
Okay. Yeah.
because it always just seems to, like, shift my perspective, to a more positive place.
Mm.
But I'm wondering, like, does it really have that much impact? Or is it just like a feel-good exercise,
There's actually quite a bit of research
Okay.
that actually supports the benefits of gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Studies have shown that when you regularly, practice gratitude,
Yeah.
it can lead to increased happiness, like better sleep.
Wow, really?
Yeah. And even reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression.
That's amazing.
Pretty powerful stuff.
So it's not just about feeling good in the moment. It's like rewiring our brains for positivity.
It really is.
That's incredible.
And what's really fascinating is that even those small acts of gratitude,
Yeah.
just writing down 3 things that you're grateful for each morning
Mm-hmm.
can have a significant impact.
Okay.
You don't have to spend hours writing, in a big journal.
Right.
Just a little bit goes a long way.
I like that. Small steps, big impact.
That's it.
Speaking of small steps, the blog also mentions mindful breathing and stretching
Okay.
as a 5-minute ritual.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta admit, I sometimes feel a little intimidated by meditation,
I get that.
but maybe incorporating some simple stretches and focused breathing, is that a good entry point?
Absolutely. The key is to approach it with a sense of gentleness and curiosity.
Okay.
You don't need to be a yoga master
Right.
or achieve total Zen-like stillness.
Oh, good, because that's not happening.
Right. But simply focusing on your breath for, a couple minutes, noticing the rise and fall of your chest,
Mm-hmm.
that can really help calm your nervous system
Oh.
and bring a sense of clarity to your mind.
So it's more about being present, in your body.
Yes.
And paying attention to your breath.
Exactly.
And trying to, empty your mind completely.
Exactly. Just being present in the moment.
Okay, that makes it seem much more approachable.
Good.
I'm definitely adding that to my list to try.
Awesome.
Now, I'm curious about this whole idea of positive affirmations.
Okay. Yeah.
It seems like something, people either love or hate.
Yeah, for sure.
But the blogs suggest that they can be super helpful on those, tough days when, like, negativity creeps in.
It's true.
What's interesting about affirmations
Yeah.
is that they kind of tap into the power of self-talk.
Oh, right. Totally do.
The words we repeat to ourselves, whether they're, positive or negative,
Mm-hmm.
they can have a huge impact on, like, our thoughts and our feelings,
Oh, absolutely.
and ultimately our behaviors,
It's all connected.
But what if someone's, like, struggling with, negative self-talk?
Yeah.
Can affirmations actually, like, make a difference if they don't genuinely believe, the words they're saying?
That's a great question.
It's like, are you really fooling yourself?
Right. And it might feel, a little strange at first.
Yeah.
But even if you don't fully believe the affirmation initially, the act of repeating it consistently
Yeah.
can start to, like, shift those negative thought patterns.
So it's like you're planting a seed of positivity,
Yes.
even if the soil, like, feels a little rocky right now.
I love that analogy. You're nurturing that little seed.
Okay.
It's about intentionally choosing to focus on, like, the qualities you want to build within yourself,
Yeah.
rather than letting, those negative thoughts take over.
Okay, so even if it feels a little uncomfortable
Mm-hmm.
or even silly at first,
Yeah.
it's worth giving it a try,
Totally.
especially, like, on those days where you need, a little extra boost.
Exactly.
I'm definitely intrigued.
Totally.
Now, this next ritual, this one speaks to my inner bookworm.
Okay, I like it.
Reading an inspiring quote.
Mm-hmm.
The blog suggests pulling from books like The Daily Stoic
Oh, good one.
or Who Will Cry When You Die.
I haven't heard of that one. I'm going to have to check that out.
Adding that to my reading list right now.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, like, why is reading a quote for just a few minutes so powerful?
Yeah.
Isn't it better to, like, read a whole chapter or a whole book?
It's not necessarily about the quantity of what you read.
Okay.
It's about the quality,
Mhm.
Even a single sentence, if it, like, truly resonates with you, can spark some really profound reflection, and it can set the tone for your whole day.
Okay.
Think of it like a mental appetizer.
Ooh, I like that.
Whetting your appetite for wisdom and inspiration.
I love that analogy.
Thanks.
So it's about finding those, like, nuggets of wisdom
Yes.
that can help us, like, approach the day with a fresh perspective.
Exactly.
Now we're down to the last two rituals on City's list.
Okay, let's hear them.
The seventh one is setting daily intentions.
Mm.
It sounds a bit like goal setting,
Yeah.
but I suspect it's a little, like, deeper than that.
You're right. It's more nuanced than just setting goals.
Okay.
It's about, like, aligning your actions with your values and creating a roadmap for how you want to, like, move through your day. We may not be able to control everything that happens,
Oh, definitely not.
but we can control our responses
Okay.
and the energy that we bring to each situation.
So instead of just reacting
Right.
to whatever comes our way,
Mm.
we're, like, consciously choosing
Yes.
how we want to, show up.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a powerful shift in mindset.
It really is.
And lastly, this one might seem a little unexpected.
But I'm intrigued.
A quick dance session.
Whoa, hold on.
I know, right?
Like, bust a move.
Yeah. It might sound kind of frivolous,
Yeah.
but don't underestimate the power of music and movement
Mm-hmm.
to, like, shift our energy and mood.
Okay, I gotta admit, this one definitely piqued my interest.
Right.
Is it really just about, like, having fun? Or is there something more to it?
Well, while having fun is definitely a bonus,
For sure.
there's, like, a deeper physiological element at play here.
Okay.
When we move our bodies and listen to music we enjoy,
Mm-hmm.
our brains release endorphins.
Oh, those feel-good chemicals.
Exactly. And those can boost our mood
Yeah.
and our energy levels.
And it's a win-win.
It is. It's like a mood booster and a mini workout all in one.
Exactly. Like a shot of espresso for the soul.
Yes. I love that. Now, the beauty of all of these 5-minute rituals, is that you don't have to do them all.
Oh, thank goodness.
City really emphasizes that it's about finding what truly resonates with you
Yeah.
and creating a routine that feels, authentic and sustainable.
I like that. Sustainable.
That's such a relief to hear. It's not about adding, more pressure
right.
to our already, like, busy lives,
Where nobody needs that.
but rather about giving ourselves permission to, like, experiment
Yeah.
and discover what works best for us.
Totally. And as you experiment, pay attention to, like, how each ritual makes you feel.
Okay.
Which ones leave you feeling energized? Which ones help you feel more grounded?
Right.
The key is to find those practices that really genuinely support your well-being.
That's such a good point. It's not about forcing ourselves to do something just because it's, on a list,
Exactly.
but rather about creating a morning experience that feels like personalized and empowering.
I love that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And as we kind of embark on this journey of creating our own personalized morning rituals, I think it's important to remember to be patient with ourselves.
Oh, for sure.
It takes time to build new habits.
Absolutely.
And find what really resonates.
Totally be kind to yourself.
So don't get discouraged if you miss a day or two.
Yeah, just keep trying.
Just gently guide yourself back to your chosen practices and trust that, over time they'll become seamlessly integrated into your daily life.
I love that. Seamlessly integrated.
It's a process,
It is.
It's not a race to perfection.
Exactly.
And every time we choose to prioritize our well-being, even in small ways,
Yeah.
we're taking a step towards, I think, a more fulfilling and meaningful life.
I love that.
Now, as we're, wrapping up this first part of our deep dive into these 5-minute morning rituals, what's one key takeaway that you hope listeners will, walk away with?
I think the biggest takeaway for me is that we all have the power to create a morning routine that truly supports our well-being.
Yeah.
And sets us up for success.
Right.
It doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. We've been talking about that.
Yeah, 5 minutes?
Even just 5 minutes of intentional practice can make a world of difference.
I love that. Beautifully said.
Thank you.
And I would add, as you explore these different rituals, approach it with a sense of curiosity and playfulness.
Yes. It should be fun.
This isn't another task to check off your to-do list.
No, not at all.
It's an opportunity to really connect with yourself, and create a morning experience that brings you joy and sets you up for a more fulfilling day.
Absolutely.
And speaking of creating a fulfilling day, I believe you have a final thought-provoking insight to share with us.
I do.
That, builds on this idea of intentional rituals.
Yes. So, the blog that we've been talking about focuses specifically on morning rituals. But what I find so fascinating is how this principle of intentionality
can be applied to other parts of our day. Imagine creating a 5-minute ritual to end your workday or to transition into the evening.
That's such an interesting idea.
Right.
I often find myself just shutting down my laptop and collapsing on the couch at the end of the day.
Yeah, I get that.
But a 5-minute ritual to create closure and shift gears, that sounds so much more intentional.
It is.
So instead of that abrupt transition,
right.
What if you dedicated 5 minutes to releasing the day's tension with some stretching or deep breathing?
Totally.
Or maybe jot down a few things you accomplished or learned.
Yeah, celebrate those wins.
A mini celebration of the day's wins.
Exactly.
Even something as simple as putting on your favorite music while tidying up your workspace.
Oh, I love that.
Can signal that shift, from work mode to personal time.
It's a great way to transition.
So it's taking those principles we've been discussing about, morning rituals.
And applying them to any point in our day.
Exactly.
Where we need a reset or a moment of intentionality.
Yes. It's about reclaiming our time.
I love that.
And using it to design a life that feels more intentional and fulfilling.
That's incredibly powerful.
It is.
So to all our listeners out there, I encourage you to experiment with a 5-minute ritual, whether it's in the morning, evening, anytime in between.
Absolutely.
And notice what resonates with you.
Yeah.
How it impacts, your energy, your focus, your overall sense of well-being.
It's all about those small changes.
And remember, it's not about striving for perfection.
No.
It's about making those intentional choices.
Exactly.
One a 5-minute increment at a time.
That's it. Because even the smallest actions, when done consistently, can lead to extraordinary results.
I love that. We'd love to hear about your experiences.
Yes.
Share your 5-minute ritual wins with us on social media.
I'd love to hear from you.
Until next time, deep divers, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.
See you next time.
Yeah.
It's not about how much you read, but how you connect with it, right?
Okay, yeah.
Even just one sentence, if it really hits, you can make you think deeply. And even set the tone for your whole day.
Like a mental snack?
Totally. Like a little mental appetizer.
Ooh, I like that.
Whetting your appetite for, wisdom and getting inspired.
I love that. Okay, so we're on to the last 2 rituals on City's list.
Okay.
Bring them on. Number 7 is setting daily intentions.
Hmm.
It sounds kind of like goal setting,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's probably a little deeper than that.
You're right. It's more than just goals. It's about, matching what you do with what you believe in and making like a plan for how you want to go through your day.
So like you're not just reacting to whatever happens.
Right.
You're actually choosing how you want to like be in the world.
Exactly. You're in control.
Okay. That's a pretty big mindset shift.
It is. And then last but not least,
Hit me with it.
a quick dance session.
Right. What?
Yeah. Get those moves going.
Like really? Just dance it out?
That's right. It may sound silly,
Yeah, a little bit.
but never underestimate music and moving your body.
Okay, I have to admit, this one is really interesting.
Right.
Is it just about having fun, or is there something more to it?
Well, having fun is definitely part of it,
For sure.
but there's actually a deeper reason, like in your body.
Okay, tell me more.
When you move and listen to music you love, your brain makes these chemicals called endorphins.
Ooh, those feel-good chemicals.
Yes. And they can boost your mood and give you energy.
So it's like a mood booster and a mini workout at the same time.
Exactly. Like a shot of espresso for your soul.
Love it.
Yeah.
So with all these 5-minute rituals,
Mm.
you don't have to do them all right.
Definitely not.
City really says it's about finding what works for you
Yes. Find what you connect with.
and creating a routine that you can actually keep up with.
Exactly. Something sustainable.
That's such a relief.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about adding more to our already crazy lives,
Nobody needs more of that.
but it's about, like, giving ourselves permission to try things out and find what works best for us.
Yes. And as you try things out, pay attention to how each one makes you feel.
Okay.
Which ones make you feel energized? Which ones make you feel grounded? Find the things that really help you feel good.
That's a good point. It's not about forcing ourselves to do things
No, not at all.
just because they're on a list.
Right. It should feel good.
It's about making your morning feel personal and like you're in charge.
Exactly. That's the goal.
So for everyone listening who wants to try these rituals, where would you say they should start?
I think a good first step is to look at your current morning routine,
Okay.
what's already working for you,
Yeah.
and what areas could use a little boost.
Hmm.
Like maybe you're already great at drinking water,
Right.
but you could add a few minutes of gratitude journaling. Or maybe you're feeling stressed and you could use some breathing and stretching to start your day calmer.
I like that. So it's about figuring out what you need.
Exactly. And choosing rituals that fit those needs.
Right. And I think it's important to remember
Yeah,
that there's no one right way to do this.
for sure.
It's all about finding what works for you.
Totally. What might feel great for one person might not work for another.
Yeah. Everyone's different.
It's about listening to your mind and body.
And as we start creating our own morning rituals,
Yeah,
we need to be patient with ourselves.
absolutely.
It takes time to build new habits and find what really works,
Be kind to yourself.
right? So don't get discouraged if you miss a day or two.
Just get back to it.
Just gently ease back into it and trust that over time, it'll just become part of your day.
Seamlessly integrated. Love that.
It's a journey.
It is.
It's not about being perfect.
Right. Just keep going.
And every time we choose to, like, put our well-being first, even in small ways,
Even the small things.
we're taking a step toward a more fulfilling and meaningful life.
I love that.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive
Yeah.
into these 5-minute rituals,
Yeah.
what's one big takeaway you hope people will remember?
Well, I think the big takeaway for me is, it's not just about finding like the perfect 5-minute ritual.
Right.
It's about realizing we have the power to make our days
Mm-hmm.
and really our lives better
Yeah,
through these small things we do consistently.
I love that.
And I'd add, as you try these rituals,
Yeah.
do it with like a sense of curiosity and fun.
Oh, for sure.
This shouldn't be another chore on your list.
Right, right.
It's a chance to connect with yourself
Yeah.
and create a morning that makes you happy and sets you up for a good day.
I like that. So to everyone listening out there,
Yes.
I really encourage you to experiment with a 5-minute ritual,
Try it out.
whether it's morning, evening, anytime really.
Anytime you need it.
See what works for you,
Yeah.
how it affects your energy, your focus, just how you feel overall.
Yeah. It's all about those little changes.
And remember, it's not about being perfect.
No, not at all.
It's about making those choices,
Yes, one 5-minute step at a time.
Exactly, because even the smallest things when you do them regularly can lead to amazing results.
That's right.
We'd love to hear about your experiences.
Yes, tell us.
Share those 5-minute ritual wins with us on social media.
We want to hear about it.
Until next time, deep divers, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.
See you next time.